Fucking, fucking referee for crying out loud. Grow up, bro.
Look, he already started.
Oh my God.
Help himself.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited because you're here, right? And I know a little bit about your backstory, which is hilarious. But you know, we go pass this mic off like usual to my big brother. Yo, before you even start talking, that video on social media with your mustache, son, you look like can't even use what I want to call you, but so bugged out video with that mustache.
Yo, he called me Mustachio.
Son, your mustache.
I mean, yeah, it's out. It's out
You
there.
saw your pop's mustache? Shit was crazy in that video.
Didn't see it yet. Oh man, but yo, the term is you got to try to get it right.
That's a fact.
This weekend I went to see my boys, the Wu-Tang Clan, and let me tell you, they got it right.
Shawnelle
The
Wu.
best concert, the best Wu-Tang concert I've ever been.
Now Cypher got
It was, yeah, it was all that, man. I'm still.
You feel good?
Still feel good about it, man.
Excited
Still
about
good.
it?
Still feel good about it.
You like Wu-Tang, Zach?
Our era. That's our era.
Do you like Wu-Tang? I asked you about our era.
Of course, I grew up on
What's up, Fly Tie? Here we go. It's the storm.
You see? Look at him.
Listen. This guy said our era, right? I want him. Me and him is like the same age range, right? Don't fuck up the age range stories again today on this show, son. Let's keep it really clear about what's going on, right? You know what I'm saying? So introducing our guest, our amazing guest.
It's the storm. NYC. We got a very special guest in the house today. NBA,
Special is subjective.
NBA veteran, long time, great referee, the great Zach Zarba. What's up, Zach? It's great to have you, man. Thank you so much, man.
You claiming the greatness already?
No, I didn't. Now, when he said that, I was like,
Listen, you do 22 years and you do all those finals, like 15 finals. You're great, man. I'm sorry.
Blessed.
You did 15 finals? That's why I watched the finals.
I'm blessed, fortunate.
You've done a lot, man. And
Shout out to Zach. I didn't know you did that. I look at you a little different now. I did not know that. I'm not gonna lie.
And then I refereed you. I refereed Shawnelle. I refereed all you guys.
We prepped you.
I refereed Eric.
Talking about we prepped you.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Let's acknowledge the preparation for the NBA.
nah, Brooklyn prepped my man.
That's a fact.
Brooklyn prepped my man.
But what high school you went to in Brooklyn? Zach?
Midwood High School. I'm Brooklyn, born and raised. Was there all my life. Just left 2 years ago, but I grew up there.
You hoop?
100%. Yeah, but I wasn't very good. That's why I ref. That's why.
You still playing in college? You still got a jersey
Played
after high school.
Division III college, but I knew as soon as I played for SUNY New Paltz. When that was over, I was like, all right.
Refereeing was always your passion?
I picked it up my last year of college. Excuse me, when I realized that basketball was about to end. I wasn't good enough to go play anywhere for money, and I wanted to stay in the game somehow. And so, that's kind of where my dad did local baseball at parade grounds, Brooklyn, high school and college stuff. So he kind of, planted the seed and took it from there. So
Somebody told me, a friend of ours, somebody told me that they was like kind of your bodyguard, like in high school, allowed you to roam free and do whatever you needed to do.
You was getting bullied?
No. So I grew up in Park Slope, Union 5th Avenue, right down by where the arena is now, which is very different back then. But Park Slope is a much nicer neighborhood than most neighborhoods in Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
And then I went to Midwood, and I had to get on that 2 train, take it to the junction, take it to the last stop.
Tough.
And now you're on the last stop at 2 and 5 in Flatbush. And Midwood was a good school, but if you you had to be stamped, from someone around there, or else you're gonna have a problem getting home. So I was fortunate enough to have some bodyguards.
So you got beat up on freshman day?
No, I don't think I probably didn't go to school.
Smart. Safe inside. The old Brooklyn was different.
Old Brooklyn was there. They got my Carhartt from me my freshman year, I think, over on Avenue J in East 6.
Yeah,
that's a badge of honor, though.
You got my Carhartt.
Getting robbed was a bad.
You got caught up. How many guys?
Sometimes you get caught 6.
And that's the one thing.
So you guys, from Manhattan, you from Harlem. That's why you think it's a badge of honor to get robbed in Brooklyn.
Listen,
you can't say that somebody from Brooklyn. That's disrespect.
One thing about Brooklyn, y'all was always 30 deep. Just never 30, 40 deep. I never understood that, yo.
We like hanging with each other. What do you expect? We enjoy hanging with each other, brother.
Never like 2 dudes. It's always like 50 dudes, man.
Right.
But I didn't ride the trains in high school, so
fancy.
Not to Brooklyn. I wasn't coming to Brooklyn.
You was there with Decepticons or any of them gangs back then?
That was all downtown. That was all down. No, that was all down by Tech, right?
That's what
Tech. No, that wasn't.
That's Brown.
VIP. It was
Right, that's Fort Farragut, Fort Greene. That's everybody was a DCEP
No,
at one time.
Vanderveer was up by us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So did you play varsity at Midwood?
No, I didn't play hoops in high school at all. I was too busy, doing stupid things and
What
everything.
was the so? Tell me some of the stupid things. I'm interested to know because now I know the backstory before we get to the adulthood. But
I was too worried about doing the wrong things. Cutting school, getting out of school, doing everything I shouldn't have been doing. And not focus on hooping. I tell my son all the time, if I would do it again, the biggest regret I ever had was not continuing to play and not going for it. And I had never even tried out. So that's one of the biggest regrets I have about high school.
Okay. Full transparency, Midwood was weak. Like it wasn't Grady or Lincoln. Midwood was we would have beat y'all by 50.
I was just telling her how we lost one game to Midwood. It was
your school that you at now?
Yeah.
Yo, Ruben, this guy wants to play Holy Cross. Son, you want to play Holy Cross? And you lost to Midwood?
Oh, man.
Midwood never been good in history in New York City basketball.
One of my best players couldn't play that game, yo.
Yo, that's crazy, son. This guy anyway. Yeah, so you then went off to SUNY New Paltz. SUNY New Paltz. That's my man brother went there years ago.
Yeah, you got a jersey though? You got a jersey there?
Yeah. Good school. Played 3 years and
as a walk-on?
Yeah, it was D3. There was no you tried out and made it or you didn't. They didn't have scholarships or anything like that.
Okay.
I did all that and look, I love basketball. I love it to this day. It's the best.
Clearly. I mean, you work on the biggest stage for crying out loud.
I love basketball though. I'll go and watch my kids play now. I'll watch any kind of basketball. I think the women have a great game now. WNBA is fantastic. College. So I love basketball. So that's what kind of.
He's smart. You hear that commercial?
Yeah.
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. Get into it.
NBA PA called him. Let's do this commercial on this show. I get it. I like that. I like that. Covering your ass. So after playing for 3 years at New Paltz, trying to figure out exactly what you want to do, when did you make that hard decision to focus on being an official?
Yeah, so
because that's a tough road anyway.
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough when I picked up the passion for it my senior year of college, and then after that I wasn't married, I didn't have kids, I could be broke and chase a dream and not have to feed a family.
Smart,
because back then it was to get in the CBA or even the CBA, the Continental Basketball Association, you're making $200 a game, and that was if you were on the right path doing the stuff. I did Basketball City 4 games every Tuesday and Thursday, working, Chelsea Piers, I did all the stuff in the city that wasn't paying much, but it's the experience you need to get in order to eventually have a chance to get hired. So I was fortunate enough to do that. I met an NBA referee, the great Ronnie Nunn, Danbury, Connecticut. I think he went to Brooklyn Tech.
Yeah, he
played
from Brooklyn.
at GW. One of my great mentors, and he kind of gave me the idea about officiating. And so I met him, and I was like, oh, wow. And that kind of turned the light on, and then I just went from there.
You did, so you pretty much you probably ref every tournament in New York at some point during your development.
They've changed a lot.
And I didn't know that, Zach.
Yeah,
I didn't know you did so many tournaments.
What did we used to do? We go to Watson, Gun Hill, Bronx, go Kingdom in Harlem.
No doubt.
Rucker, obviously, in Harlem. My favorite was probably, one of my favorites was Hunter. And Nike
tournament, yeah.
The old pro city.
Yeah, the old pro city. Hoops in the Sun. Joe and Randy and them. I love them.
Yep.
Pops when he was, God bless him.
I got great memories about Hoops in the Sun. I gotta give a shout out to Hoops in the Sun.
Yeah, big time.
Pop Cruz.
Yeah. They run a great
Joe Jr.
25 years, right?
Great
in their anniversary or something like that?
Yeah.
So, Ty, you know the story.
Yeah, we was the best team ever played in there.
We went up there 2 years and just
it was a joke.
Wreaked havoc.
But think about it. We had all the top New York City pro city guys on one team. That's what he did. He was ringing. Way to ring.
Well, Rue brought the idea to me, and I was like, he's like, yo, it's a tournament. They're like, yo, I don't know. And then he's like, I said, yo, you know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna call on my friends. Yeah. That's it. So it was like Ty Grant, Lamar Jones, Amar McCaskill, Mike Campbell.
Non-stop.
Just Smush Parker. Smush Parker came up there. This was before the Lakers. Smush Parker came up there.
Young Smush. Right.
Smush went up there and just every game it was
Young Smush was special.
Right. Well, you were experienced. You got to see a lot of us early on, man. So tell us about. So there's like a debate online about unlimited basketball where I say defund unlimited basketball
right now, right?
And I say invest in the kids. right? All these money tournaments are a waste of time. New York City basketball is just bad because they had 10 years of lying to young players. So now you got older players that's even worse. But there was a debate about Pro City, and I was like, you had to actually be somebody to play Pro City when you were there.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that experience and preparation for the NBA reffing in Pro City.
Pro City being the indoor tournament.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the only indoor ones made it super special. And you're right, like you couldn't come in there. I mean, Gary Prince would bring the
great Gary
team.
Prince.
He'd have a couple of pros.
Rest in peace, Gary Prince.
God bless Gary Prince. He would have a couple of pros. Mr. Couch, the late Sid Jones, great Sid Jones.
United Brooklyn.
Team. That place was special.
You're forgetting the best team ever. What are you talking about?
He was in 91 with him.
That's a disrespect, y'all. This guy disrespectful.
Chuck,
we just had a conversation
Chuck Jones,
about fucking Nike one of this
Lamont,
guy.
Yeah.
My man Garnett, and the great Junie Sanders.
Junie Sanders.
Junie Sanders.
Peace and respect to
Chuck
Junie Sanders.
Gray,
All of them.
Luke Thomas.
Every single one of them would talk shit.
Yep.
Except that Junie wouldn't say a word.
It's true.
And Junie was the one. The rest of them would talk. Chuck would talk you to death. Lamont, Ty would talk you to death.
Happy birthday to Charles Jones, big 50. Old motherfucker. He 50 your age.
He was a hooper, man. I mean, big
No
time.
doubt.
Junie wouldn't say a word. Junie would just kill you. Junie would just.
That's why he got all the calls.
And all these tournaments,
Funny
like,
ass ref.
what was like the best experience you had, like as far as players, just the vibe of everything?
I loved going to hits. I love going to Hoops in the Sun. I love going up to Hunter College. Like I think that was a special time in New York. I think there was a lot of pro ball players who would come back for the summer and kind of play. They were all getting paid to play.
Right.
But they would come back and they would play a lot of the tournaments, but that Nike one.
It was just pro. It was a lot of pros.
Yeah. And then the city was great. Everyone would go out afterward. There was a vibe to it that was different. And so like I might have just reffed his game or something like that. And then I got to hear from him for 48 minutes at Hunter College. And then I'm out of the spot and I turn around and he's right there again.
Right. That's a fact.
Did he give you like trouble or
no,
any call?
Yeah. Ty was the funny one. He would just crack a joke. He would always be clowning around and
I was a serious athlete, brother.
Yeah.
This was a workout. This was a workout at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's supposed to be this and nice and all that. And I end up with 37.
Yeah, lightly.
And talk to the ref
I wish I could say he was lying, man, but
you was there.
I was there.
You was there. You know, shorty, he was there. They was there. I don't lie. I don't have to lie. No. E. Barkley was there. I don't have to lie, right?
I was tough.
No.
I could play
I was
the free
there.
throw line too. He could face up and play at the free throw line at the elbow, and then he could bully you.
This is my spots.
He know I was there too. Yeah. I recently watched him like an old game, and I was like,
shame on him.
I wanted to like find some criticism, or I was kind of disappointed, man. I couldn't do it because this guy was moving around.
Your man, Zach? Let me tell you, this is how sick he is, right? So on this amazing show, we interviewing everybody, Eric Barkley, Zuby, all these people, right? So we always have a nonstop debate about best teams, right? So he'll name a team, like he'll just wake up one day and be like, yo, what about the 65 St. John's team? I'll be like, okay, they can't match up. Look at my team. Everybody, go down the line. This guy, I guess, yesterday or today was like, you know what? Let me see if I could get a tape of the 99 team so I could throw something at him.
It came on automatic, by the way.
It's your father, son. It's your father.
It came on automatic.
Yo, he hits me to the, son, I didn't know y'all was like that. Son. I didn't know you like that. Wake up. I've been telling you that for fucking 4 months.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't lie, man. I can't lie. But so like, I don't want to knock any tournaments, but like, what's some of the tournaments like, you didn't really.
I don't know. The tournaments changed, but as I started, to realize that I had a chance because I was young enough to make the NBA, and so when I got into the CBA, I had to seriously limit the tournaments I was doing, and then kind of.
It makes sense. That makes sense.
Because you can't, some of it is trash basketball.
Yeah.
And you go around the city, there's so many tournaments, and New York, different from any other city around the country that I know. The pay for the officials is high, and it's cash.
Yeah.
And so as an official, you can get enticed by, that
quick cash.
$600 a day, quick. Back then, $600 a day. Now you got 2 days, $1,200. You could get seduced by that, get into bad habits, You're working with people who may not
makes
work
sense.
in the right way.
Games start late.
The ref
Players
is a little
come in late.
different. Yeah, or the environment is not right, meaning the whoever's running the tournament isn't taking care of the referees, isn't protecting the referees.
Right,
'Cause,
right.
you're in the street. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just look, you see your car and you're like, how am I going to get there?
Right.
You could be in that situation. I've been in that situation. You could be in that situation quick. So I had to limit the amount of tournaments I was doing once I realized I had a real chance.
So you did ref the minor leagues because I didn't know. I assumed that you went from like Pro City, a little college, then to
No. So I did the CBA. I got in the CBA in 2000, and then it folded that same year. Whatever year was the last year.
I think the last year I played in the CBA was 2000.
Did it fold that year?
If Isaiah was the
Yep.
yeah, oh man.
So that was
that's another conversation where Isaiah was there.
So that was half a season we did, right? And it folded.
It folded next year.
That's the year I
So
got.
my year was the last full year. I played with the Connecticut last year, but
Yep.
it was on
Yep.
it was going down.
Donnie Marshall there.
Donnie Marshall, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got in there. I was there for half a year. It folded. We did remember the IBL, the International Basketball
yes.
League?
I didn't play in it.
That-
I remember that.
I did that for about a half a season, and then they started the G League.
Did you ref for Strick at any time, John Strickland, the franchise?
Oh yeah,
No doubt.
He was
R.I.P. Strict.
Yeah,
Rest in
Strick
peace, the
was-
great John Strickland, the
So
franchise.
you was doing this. So you was commuting and all that to all these leagues while still
While
living in Brooklyn.
I was teaching high school in Bushwick.
Wow.
Yeah, I was teaching high school in
Man,
Bushwick.
my man took the long way.
Yeah.
With that, the Bushwick High School? Or?
Bushwick High School,
Oh.
EBC Bushwick High School.
EBC
It's on decal between
Good to know.
I forget it.
It was in Bushwick, whatever. Who the fuck cares?
I'll-
You couldn't do that for long. How long were you doing that?
Right off the J train at Catskill.
How long
I
was you
did that
doing
5 years.
5 years?
I did that. That was a way for me to keep health insurance and
Valid.
Smart guy.
and keep a
This guy's
paycheck in
bright.
the summer.
I didn't know he was this
Smart
bright.
guy. Smart guy.
I'm pretty impressed with his brightness.
I love teaching. I love teaching though. That, it was obviously I left for the NBA, but I loved teaching and the summer tournaments and dealing with the play. Like a lot of the stuff that you deal with in the streets or these tournaments, it doesn't. It's the same thing in the NBA. It's the game is always. It's been a street game. It's been that kind of game, and you have to be able as an official to de-escalate, to be able to bring emotions down. I always understood or tried to understand the emotions of a player playing the game because it's hard. It's not easy. And so I think in doing that, there's real value in being able to have some soft skills to, bring tension down.
Right.
Ask
Right.
questions, listen to a player, see what they're saying, and then maybe, and then move on instead of inflaming it again, a technical foul.
He's coming up through the ranks. And then when did you get the inkling that, CBA?
Yep.
When did you get the inkling?
When I got put in the CBA, when you get put in the NBA training program, that's
through the CBA.
Yeah, that was through the NBA.
Okay.
They hired you to that, and now you've made it out of the pool of thousands of officials who
Right.
are on the street.
You the 1%.
You are now in a pool of back then it was probably about 60, 70 officials. Now the pool is like
Thousands. Yeah.
to try to you are now on a track to get there, and then from there is when you go ref in the NBA Summer League, which back then they didn't have Vegas yet.
No.
But it was Boston.
Yeah, I played in Boston,
Utah,
Spurs.
LA.
Yep, Long Beach.
You probably was in Boston. Did you ref in Boston in 2001?
Yeah, Shaw's Summer League. Yep. Yep. So that, and now you have to kind of get out of that and make your way through that.
Okay.
And, all the while getting better. Officiating is tough because you have to focus on everything you do wrong. So it's like
Constant improvement.
It's a negative profession if you let it, because you can come in and have a great game, but you're looking at the 3 mistakes you made, and that's what you're focusing on. That's what you should be focusing on.
Right.
So that's kind of the profession.
I was up in Boston in 2001 with the Spurs. So that was, I think I was in China, and I came back, and I had to go right to Boston.
Right.
And so
that's
Boston
your
always,
tryout.
that summer league always hold like a special place for me, because that got me right into San Antonio. So which is a great thing.
So when you got the call,
Yep.
right? When you got that good call,
That good call, isn't it?
right? It's like the NBA draft, Mike Parker,
That phone ring.
right?
Right.
And you get this call, and they say Zachary Zarba,
Wrong already.
whatever the fuck it is. So Zachary Zarba.
I thought it was get it right. I thought it was supposed to be getting it right.
Well, you said it's a negative profession. My job is a negative profession. That's the fucking point. I got to try to improve, right? Constant improvement, right? Whatever your name is, ref, right? When you got the call for your first NBA game, can you include us in those feelings and emotions?
Yeah. I was on a plane. Stu Jackson was he was the head of referee operations. So Stu Jackson called me and said, we'd like to invite you to the NBA staff. It's August, right before Labor Day weekend. I'm on a plane, and now.
You was going on vacation or coming back from
home? Coming home.
From the summer league?
Nope, coming home from someone I was visiting or something like that.
Okay.
I had to get on the plane.
It was a lady?
It was a lady.
Okay, just checking. I'm just checking.
Don't fall into it.
I'm just checking.
Don't fall into his
I just
wormhole.
needed confirmation a little bit.
Don't fall.
That's how I know. I know reffing and I know outside. Yeah. That's what I know. I know referee.
You know outside.
I know outside.
No, you know
all right?
outside.
Right.
So now I had to sit with that info for 2.5 hours flying home from Atlanta. Couldn't text. There wasn't Wi-Fi.
It wasn't Wi-Fi on the play.
You were
so excited.
Yeah, but more excited for my pops. My pops was a local baseball umpire in Brooklyn. Like, I was more excited for him, for my mom and everything like that, because they're the ones, they're the ones that really want it for you, and of course for myself. But you don't forget those moments.
That first game. Who's that? Who's that first game?
Hold on. Before the first game, right? When you got off that plane, right? And I know you used to love the nightlife. Did you go out and celebrate in the city?
I might have. I forget. I can't remember. I'm sure we celebrated.
We,
me and my people.
Okay,
my people.
But boys, man.
I tell you,
any ladies was involved in the celebration?
I'm sure.
Okay,
but you know what? The one thing about officiating, it grounded me. It made me a lot more disciplined, because it's a different.
You got to get it right.
Different than playing.
Of course.
You need, at least for a referee, for an official, you need, something solid. So, solidify yourself, a base. You need discipline. I guess it could be like that for a player too. But as you get older, a routine. So I've changed, a lot over the years through refereeing. I'd be on time now because of officiating. You couldn't be late for a game. You know what I mean? Or you shouldn't be late.
Plus, you got to get it right.
You got to stay focused.
So I'm sure I celebrated, though.
So
not like you, though. Not like you.
I beg to differ. Listen, don't put that. Hey, yo, E. Buckley, this guy better not put that on me.
Oh, my God.
Do not put that on me, all right? So we jumped to celebration with you, your friends, the ladies, into your first NBA game.
Yep.
Talk about that. You remember that?
Yeah. That was Orlando versus New Orleans. So that was the New Orleans Hornets back then.
Yep.
And it was Baron Davis's team. So that was that Baron Davis team.
What year is this?
03.
03.
So T-Mac. And
Baron Davis, T-Mac, right away.
Right off the bat. And I'd never forget, both the guys came up to the captain's meeting and congratulated me on getting there and everything.
That's dope.
Super classy.
Super dope.
And you talk about being nervous before that game. Oh, my God.
I can only imagine.
Oh, man. I mean,
sheesh.
A lot of times it's everything right up until the game, because you're going through your head all the scenarios, this, that, you're running every single scenario through your mind. And then when they throw the ball up, now you just muscle memory, you playing, you reffing, whatever.
Was it anything particular with that first game, about the pace of the game to you? Or was it
back then?
Did you experience anything like that first NBA game as far as the pace of the game?
03, we didn't play with pace like that. It was
still physical,
beating each other up on the block. You had to, when you were looking off the ball, you were looking down at the block, because the 4 was screening for the 5 who was coming to the opposite block. So we had to get down to the block. Now, all the action in the NBA is up around the three-point line, the elbows, screening, all three-point shooting. That's where all the action is. You see it.
So
the game is different.
So for 22 years, you've seen that transition.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
He brought in the modern era, Ty. He brought in the modern era of NBA basketball players.
That's a fact. Because I didn't know you. I'm impressed at this 22 years, brother. I didn't know that.
22.
Damn.
22. Goes fast.
Like, me being a basketball guy, to just have his memory, just what he's seen, it was just like.
Yeah, but you know what? I think one thing about being a top level referee, you've seen more than us, right? Because we were part of it. We were participants, right? So seeing all these games, reffing all these superstars, all in the NBA, out of the NBA.
Yep.
Tell us some of the most amazing stories you encountered during your runs.
Let's go players first. Let's go players, right? Let's categorize this.
We can also talk about some of your greatest nights.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to touch that.
You know, their guys. I mean, the guys are hilarious. I mean, you know, I think the NBA guys get kind of a rap for complaining too much, and people. It probably looks worse.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
It really, all they want is the next call, and it's just passion. One of the most interesting stories I had, funny story, it was my rookie year, and I got the Lakers. So it's Kobe.
Yeah.
Right. And Kobe was, you know, R.I.P. God bless him.
Yeah, yeah. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
Great Kobe Bryant.
He was brash, man. This was 03. So he was brash, and he's complaining about he got fouled or something like that. And so I'm listening, and it's customary, you know, guys know this in any professional league where they have video and everything like that. If something happens in the first half, they'll say, "Hey, Zach, go back and look at it. Tell me at halftime if it was a foul." I got hit. He's saying he got hit on the elbow, and I've told this story a few times. Going to halftime, sure enough, I look at the video. He gets hit on the elbow, right? And he's right. Okay, and so now
you missed the call.
I missed
another call.
Another call.
Don't give him no ammo. Don't give him no ammo.
Okay.
So the most important part now as an official is to be honest and authentic, because I think that's what the guys want. The guys want to feel that they're talking to someone who's honest, not lying. And so
big time.
You can't go back out there and be like, "Well, you tipped him on the," you know. You have to tell the truth.
Right.
So you got to be authentic. So I go out there, and customary in the NBA, you go do that to a player, right? And they're patting you on the back, no problem, right? You know, get the next one, all good. It's never a problem. So I went up and I said, "Hey, Kobe, you know what?" Looked him, you know, dead in the eye. I was like, "You were right. You got hit on the elbow or something like that." And I'm waiting for it now. I'm like, he's about to go, "Hey, we all good. Don't worry about it."
This is what you thought.
This is what I thought.
Right.
He looked at me, stone cold, like looked at me and just said, "Get your shit together." And
Wow.
I remember going, damn.
But I'm not surprised.
And first of all, I remember going, man, that's cold, like cold-blooded. And then it dawned on me later, you know, like he's spent how many hours perfecting his craft or whatever. Like, you got to come to go to work, and everybody has a job to do.
It's fair.
And I did have to get my shit together. So,
As a rookie.
How many games do you think you ref with Kobe?
oh yeah, I mean, from
Countless.
2003 on, countless. And so with any young official breaking into any league, it takes a while for guys to become comfortable with you or trust you, games and conversation, interactions. And so, you know, it took a while. And I'll never forget one time he was like, "Hey, Zach," this is like 7 years later.
Wow.
He actually was like, "Hey, Zach, let me ask you." And I was like, "Oh, the tone is different now." Like it.
Well, I was going to ask you
the
that.
tone
Did you notice like a difference with him?
You notice, but it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It happens, and you can't hit a home run and just think that that's going to happen. It just takes honesty and work over, you know, a career. 22 years for me now, and I still get it wrong sometimes. So
You definitely do.
Thank
you
you.
definitely. One thing about Zach, right? You know, I don't watch too many NBA games, E-Bar. You know, I still don't watch basketball like that, right? But when I watch, I'm probably the only person that watch a game because I know you,
I'm bad.
right?
Same here, Zach.
But
Same
when
here.
I text you, I remind you that was a bad fucking call, bro. Some of your calls be bad, son.
But hold up.
Like, they bad.
You
Hey,
guys-
Ruben, these are bad calls.
hold up,
Like,
but the NBA
I just remember when I was in Hunter, he missed like mad calls and be like, yo, my fault.
But Ty,
What are you talking about?
Hold up.
It's a bad call, son.
but they do have accuracy rates, right?
Yeah,
You
we
guys?
get all that. We
So,
get
This shit is high.
he's a high. He's a high.
This shit high. I don't know. He working with the people.
they break down every game. We get, you know, there's someone at every game. There's the analytics is making its way into all sports. It's making its way into the team side. It's on the refereeing side, and so the numbers, you know, there's a numbers game that you have to reach and be accurate enough. So there's that piece. There's how you get along with the players. You get rated in all different.
They evaluate. There's a full evaluation.
Full. Every game, every single game,
Wow.
every single. Game.
Ty's getting on you right now, but as I've been watching the games over the years, it's just like I even notice this with the broadcasters. They always speak very highly of you, you know, and I think that's a good thing.
That's nice.
And I was like,
Why?
You know, it's from Brooklyn. It's a Brooklyn thing, you know.
Go ahead.
It's a pass.
Sorry.
But they speak highly of you, the players. How do you think you got that type of rapport as far as like, you know, broadcast with that type of respect? Because it's hard because everybody's coming at the refs.
Takes time. I think it takes time. But look, you also got to work. You know, you got to work, and so
That's a
you're going to
life
get
skill.
better. Yeah, you got to work, and so you're gonna get better by just reffing games, but today you have to watch video. So like if you're a player, you're a ref, you got to watch video.
Thank you.
You have to. You have to.
Kids got to watch the game.
Got to do it, and it will
Message.
It will speed your growth if you do that, because you're gonna make a couple of mistakes a game, but the idea is to be honest, to review them, understand why you made the mistake, and then you won't make it again. So
And Ty, I don't know if you know, in these high schools they got these programs like players they could go back and watch the games, like. But they got it on their phone. They could go back and watch clips of themselves.
Yeah, but they listen to all these people that don't know nothing about the game, so they not gonna get this type of information. So we're coming from a player's perspective. We have a quote unquote high level referee here today.
NBA,
right? I thought he was.
I don't want to offend anybody, right? Because some people might still got a bad attitude with you for a bad call from 20 years ago. You know how it is.
No.
You know grudges and
no.
He ain't called foul for me in Pro City.
You stick around long enough, everyone's got a reason to hate you. No doubt.
So, but you got a high ranking, right? Like 91st, 92 percentile
accuracy rate. I think.
I don't know.
91?
I think
we researched a little bit.
I think players may not necessarily get into the is the call right or is the call technically wrong all the time from a player. I think what players look for is a consistency. Are you approachable? Can they talk to you? Do they feel that you're listening?
Right.
And I think they want to when they see the official, do they feel the official is fair? Mm-hmm. I think the players are smart. They understand they're not going to make every jump shot.
Do they cry more? Do they complain more now or 20 years ago?
I think they complain differently.
Okay, explain. Explain.
So 20 years ago, a guy would come up and complain, and he would go, "Hey Zach," and they would put the shirt over. Mm-hmm. Michael used to put the shirt over guys, and they would say what they had to say. Mm-hmm. Now it's a little more out there, the hand waving and that stuff. I think it's probably the same complaining.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just done a little differently. I think how it's done now isn't the best for TV. You know what I mean? I think it comes off on TV and looks worse than it is. I think honestly, it does the players. Our players are so good, man. It just does them a disservice. Mm-hmm. But they're passionate about the game, so hey, it is what it is.
So this is high stakes basketball, right? And the emotions run high. So as far as like players, right? In particular, one player, emotions high, Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
Now you probably ref him a couple of times.
Yeah.
So how was those interactions with him as far as like when he gets, and what's your tipping point as far as like?
So right. So I think as an official, you can be the most. I would like to be the most approachable official possible, but you do have to eventually draw a line because the idea is that as an official, you're supposed to set the environment for all 10 players on the floor.
Gotcha.
And you can't just cater to one player. And so the idea is that the environment has to be right for all those 10 players. So you do have to draw a line sometimes. Mm-hmm. And when they step over it, you got to give a technical foul. Mm-hmm. Now, before that happens, there's things that you can do. Some do it better than others to de-escalate, to calm stuff down. I like to ask questions and listen. And so I think sometimes if you come up to me and say, you're upset, I'm getting hit, if I ask you where you're getting hit, who's hitting you? Now, I've put the ball back in his court. He's now got to think about the question I just asked him. And now, a lot of times, that calms him down. And now, he's not having a conversation with a cop or a referee. Mm-hmm. We're having a conversation man to man.
With a cop?
As an official.
And you use that analogy? All right.
Nobody likes that,
right?
Everyone thinks that a referee's out there to patrol and put handcuffs on people and speak. And so what we try to do is turn it into a conversation between two adults. And so
that's fair.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
I've found that to work a lot. I think players want to be heard. I think they want to get their point across, and sometimes in doing so, they blow up.
Yeah.
And we'll have to be held accountable eventually. But
I mean, you're talking, and I'm just reminiscing about. When you used to ref us, was our...
Oh, we used to call those the Midol games, Advil. I needed to take a bunch of Motrin before.
In regards to the old New York basketball scene, two-part question, because I tried to tell a lot of people this. I actually posted something about this the other day. Do you remember how competitive the scene was? And that's the first question. And the second question was, who was a menace to ref for? I already think I know who you're going to say, right? Because I played with them, but that's a two-part question.
Yeah. It was super intense. You had Ron and them coming from Queens, coming from Queensbridge. They would come from Queens, and you knew that they were going to come to play. You had the Nike One boys. You had Gary Prince's crew. Gary Prince always had a couple pros. Steph would be down there. John Wallace would play with him.
Yeah.
I remember the game. I think it might have been Nike One against. It was Anthony Mason playing.
Yes.
Mark Jackson was playing.
Yes.
Was that with
That's
Gold
Dykeman. Dykeman.
Was it Dykeman?
No, that was Dykeman. We bust their ass.
I beat them?
No, not that game. You didn't beat them that game. You lost.
I played that game.
Yes, you did.
We beat them that game. What you talking about,
Not
referee?
that game. You didn't. No.
This fucking referee. This referees. You ref the game. You don't even know who won.
Rafer played with them. I think Skip was playing with them.
Nah, that's not the game.
We're
I'm
gonna look
talking
it up,
about.
though.
That's not the game.
You'll find
Anyway.
So like the competitiveness was
Different.
Was
It was
different.
different.
And the pros came back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I
True.
think now you don't get a
You
lot.
can't even find pros no more.
They do a lot of stuff. Listen, from a pro's perspective, everyone's got a video camera now.
Yeah.
And if Strick was gonna put on that show today that he put on, or June he was gonna put on that show, you could be on the wrong side of that as an NBA
True.
player
True.
and it'd be viral. So
That's
you know,
true.
they don't come back as much. They do their own thing. I think that's kind of hurt some of the.
But I think we don't have that top level professional athlete in New York no more. Remember, as you mentioned, we had major EuroLeague players.
Everyone was getting paid.
You got Shawnelle Scott. So we come in there with all these luxury bags.
Yeah.
You know,
Luxury
these fly
bags.
ladies.
Cars
Like it was
outside.
Cars outside.
Yeah.
And, you know, me having a small part now of youth development, basketball, I do a little basketball now, believe it or not, right?
I know.
I'm trying to empower like these middle school kids going into high school that they got to think big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It should be a luxury, not for me going out my way in the summer to go play in a tournament. It should be a luxury for me playing in a tournament because I just made 800,000 somewhere. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, you know, that scene back then,
Oh man.
as you here talking to me, I just remember even being in the locker room, like, damn, we playing against Sun, NBA and Knicks, and he playing Olympiacos. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember that.
Yep. Guys would come back. Guys would come back and play.
Two-part question. So did you tech Rasheed Wallace up?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure. Rashid was. Here's the thing that people don't understand about Rashid. Rashid, super smart.
And passionate, though.
Super smart. And everything was, not everything, but he would do stuff to get himself going. Some, you know, like you learn players over the years. Some guys got to get themselves. Some guys got to get themselves going. And if they're not going, they need to get it going somehow. And what better person to do it?
I used to be like, no, Rashid, no, chill.
But he's calculating at times and doing it for a reason and to get himself going, to get his team going. And so those Pistons, when I broke in, that Pistons team.
That was all,
Chauncey, you know.
Yeah, Chauncey.
Won the championship in 04.
Rip.
And Tayshaun.
Yeah.
And Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Rashid, they were rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Is Rasheed Wallace similar to like Draymond Green as far as like passionate, the way they play?
Yeah. Super skilled. Yep. Yes. Great defenders, both heavy. Rashid was heavy. Like you could not. He could play great post defense. Had great hands. Really, really top notch post defender. Obviously, could shoot the three. He was awesome. But yeah, I'm sure I gave him a technical foul.
Could you give me a, well, one is still active. Could you give me an order of best to the worst of this list? Jordan, Bryant, and James.
Oh, you mean the GOAT debate?
Yeah, not really. Well, I'm asking you a question. Your opinion.
I think first of all, the whole era thing, the greats could play in any era.
Yes.
You can't. The greats could. Play.
I got my own order, by the way, but I want to
The
hear.
greats could play. Michael Jordan's the best player I've ever seen play.
Shaq.
You know, I didn't referee him.
Number one.
The year I got in was the year he retired, and so you know.
Now we talk about Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah.
Now
LeBron is more like Magic on steroids. LeBron's got the scoring record, so he's amazing.
And Kobe was
50.
Kobe was
Amazing.
maniacal.
LeBron won't truly be appreciated until he steps.
Until
away.
he
Oh, and then,
then you realize
when he steps away, They are. They're gonna be.
I think they all were great. I mean,
yeah.
I think like you said,
it's for debate though. It's good conversation.
Yeah, but I just asked this ref that. I don't really want to debate that shit. Like, son, come on, son, that can last all day.
But that's what they told. That's what they did. Everybody got a top 10 list. I saw it on the
yeah. I don't get
the Gill show. They got the top 10 and the errors. It's all like, who's your favorite.
I stay away from all of that shit.
I understand it. It makes for good debate.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best basketball player.
You can't argue with it. Mike passed the eye test. LeBron.
Mike
passed
is probably the best
Kobe
NBA player. I don't fucking know. Like, this is go either way. Mike Parker, you always at a basketball game. You probably got a better opinion than me. I ain't watched basketball man long. The fuck. But no. I was interested in that. I forgot that 2003 was your first year.
Yeah.
And what happened? So during this during these last 22 years of refereeing these high level athletes, dealing with the craziness.
Yeah.
What inspires you to continue? Because 22 years for a career is long. You're an official, but you have a career as a NBA referee.
Does that money go up?
Yeah.
Let me hold something, Zach. Let me hold something.
That's a fact.
It's more than I made in the CBA and in the G League and all that stuff. But I love the NBA, man. I love basketball. I said it before, you joked me, but I love the NBA. I think the NBA, it's a 24-hour news cycle now. I think it's just covered with such scrutiny. I just love it. I love everything about it.
How many years you got left?
So,
don't give it away.
I got a 10-year-old. So my youngest is 10 years old. So, I'd like to get him through college. So I think that's maybe 10 or 11 more years. But the fact that I've refereed more than I will sometimes, like I go, wow, I've done 22 years. I'm not doing another 22. Can't do that.
Right.
A lot depends on your body.
Didn't Joey Crawford do it? Joey Crawford did.
Joey Crawford did 39. The great Joey Crawford.
The great Joey Crawford. 39 years. All that running.
Yep. And Joey Crawford, 50 finals games. That's a record that will never be broken. 50 finals games.
Unbelievable.
Never be broken. So
how many games he did? I know you did your research.
Who? Jack? Like 1,200.
Damn, Zach.
About 1,200 games. That's a lot, man. And we talk about he ushered in the modern era of NBA basketball. Yeah. During this time too, it's just so many a lot of great young players. It was a lot, and we talked about it, like seeing Duncan going up against. I witnessed it. Duncan going up against Nowitzki.
Man.
You just can't blink. Duncan going up against Garnett. Garnett against Nowitzki.
4 spot was.
These guys were like,
you guys were talking about that earlier.
These guys were monsters.
And I was thinking about it.
I got to see it. It was
4 spot.
Unbelievable.
You ever ref Shawnelle in the NBA?
No, I was done.
You were done?
I was done in 2002. That was my last year. Again, in Denver. That's just crazy, man.
Yeah, it is. It goes fast, man. It goes fast.
So let's talk about a topic a lot of people are interested in, because I'm host of the show. Mm-hmm. Nightlife, right?
I thought he was going to say Red Storm.
From
Storm Rising.
The storm is right.
I already know he's St. John. I already know he's a St. John's fan. Whatever. Yeah, we might as well go into that. What you think about the reemergence of St. John's?
I love it. I grew up Chris Mullin. I grew up with that. Walter Berry was one of my favorite players. St. John's. Man.
Did you know us when we was in school? Did you know about us when we were in St. John's? Just asking.
Oh yeah, that team. You guys went to the Elite Eight. Was it Elite Eight?
We both went to the Elite Eight.
Hold on.
We both went to the Elite Eight.
Hold on, let's get clarity.
We both went to the Elite Eight.
Mike Parker, let's get clarity. He remember my team. What fact check? He remember my team. That you're gonna hear this every conversation. He remember your team went to the Elite Eight. He always got a butt in talking about my team too. Raise your hand.
Silly on our team,
son. Right. They didn't. You wasn't on TV like us. You was on Channel 9. We was on ESPN.
He paved the way, E-Bar. Where's E-Bar? We paved the way a little bit.
Who was it? It was you, LeVar Postell.
I got you.
What I just said, Mike Parker. Look, go ahead.
Bootsy?
Huh?
Bootsy Thornton?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Bootsy. I forgot Bootsy.
Absolutely.
Chudney Gray.
Right. Ron Artest.
Ron.
Right. Come on.
You don't have no complaints from me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you early in this interview.
Yeah.
The guy researches his teammate on the podcast. How you research on your teammate? That's like my big brother.
Getting into this new space though, I just want to be more prepared. because I wasn't watching all this stuff before. But so getting into the new space, stuff is coming over my thing. I'm gonna watch it. I want to see what's good, and then it's good to see stuff like that. It's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think highly of him as a ball player. But
Thank you. We played with each other 2 years.
I wanted to see
where
in Italy
and Greece.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's when we really got like.
Yeah.
But he told me he'd be hanging out with me when he said he was hanging out with me when he was in high school and I was in college. I was like,
yes. His friend, so you probably didn't see the interview, right? So his friend,
be nice.
a lady that he know, I ended up marrying a girl that looked just like that girl. That's the most beautiful girl I ever saw at the time.
Got it.
Right? So he made a huge impression on me as a 17-year-old.
And this dude just ran away.
And I just went, my life just went left. You know what I'm saying? For a certain time, it went left.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a 30-year run, but it went left. But during that time of going left, I used to be with you. Hey, yo, Pass, let's just be clear. Listen, lady. During that stretch in my life when it went left, I was with Zach.
I remember something.
Zach, you're an interesting character,
I said,
right?
yo, you know Zach. Look at me like I was another language.
I was offended. Zach,
How you know Zach?
I think one of your skill sets for the NBA, right, was
I want to talk about
you have to give credit to New York City nightlife, right? Because you have to be a social butterfly like you were during those times, right? During those times, you can give me a check at Pro City,
Right.
and then I can meet you at Cheetah or at the bar and have a drink. This
That's
is a
true.
very unique time
That's
in New
true.
York,
It
man.
really
That's what I'm
was.
trying to tell you. I made the post.
It was.
You saw my post that I said it was a unique time. People was super athletes getting bread.
I saw that.
We competing, we fighting, cussing out the ref, and then the ref is next to us at the club.
And
Summertime in New York. That was,
Different time.
I was glad to ask you that too. Like all this stuff, like the nightlife, all the tournaments and everything. You think that prepared you for like all the high stakes basketball that you was about to?
I think there's no question growing up and
Regular season, then you got the playoffs.
No, I give credit to the players, to you guys, from dealing with you guys, in these tournaments. I mean, prepared me. I was so far ahead of the game when it came to how to communicate and how to interact, what to say, when to draw a line, when I needed to be strong, when I needed to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't get that in many other cities across the country. You just don't. So I always, like you said, like the guys who came up raised me when helped me incredibly, and I will always say that for the players, especially in New York.
That's the best part about New York.
Yeah.
Nah, thanks.
And
I think we all thank you for that.
Yeah.
Nah, because I know it was different then. I know it was a wild time. I know Ralph, the other ref that was my teammate. You know how I used to drive everybody crazy.
Yeah.
But when I see you, I was like, damn, he listened to Charles Jones.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
He had to listen to Charles Jones for 48 minutes.
Wow.
It's great to also see, like I'm seeing Omar Cook now. I'm seeing him
Beautiful.
on Cleveland's bench.
We can't wait to get him there too.
And so when we see each other, we're talking New York. We're talking the summertime. He used to come home and now he's coaching their summer league team. So he's doing
Beautiful.
Great. I see 40 on the college circuit sometimes. And he's recruiting. Like that's beautiful. I see Norm Richardson
Right.
now at OT, right?
Right.
Time or whatever. And Milani, obviously. So like there's that bond and I refereed all of them. So, a lot of years.
Miss a lot of calls for all of us.
I refereed Ruben back in the day.
Of course you did. Ruben was outside. Ruben was hooping.
So Zach, they was talking about what's up with this thing I heard about, like the LeBron situation, a call. It was some controversial call in 219 or something like that, or
In a game?
in a game.
Against LeBron? Oh,
I don't know if it was he was
the one that they missed with the Celtics?
Yeah, was it that one?
Could have been. He got fouled at the end of the game.
Yeah. Maybe it was that one.
We talked about the athleticism and the skill and the speed and the strength of the players. It's the one thing you can't do as a referee is guess. Now,
Got to get it right.
yeah,
Try
but
to get it right.
that means you don't always get it
Yeah,
right. And that's
true that. You gotta try,
the
like.
truth. The cold hard truth is that you know, I've reffed close to 1,400 games now.
Sorry, 1,400. Yeah.
1,200 plus, whatever.
Yo, you gotta do better research, brother.
I'm off 200. I'm off 200 games.
200 games is a lot of games.
Okay, that's like 2 seasons.
You remember more. You remember more the failures. You know, the times that you weren't weren't what you needed to be because you let the guys down. You let the teams down, the players down. When you miss a call like that call that you're referring to, I forget the officials who were on the game now, but that's not a fun time. That's not. And everybody wants to know the accountability and do they get fined? And we get fined. We get fined when we miss a rule, or when we misapply a rule. You don't do that for judgment. You know, judgment is you think it's a block, you think it's a charge, and if I call it and get it wrong, you can't do that because then you're going to hamstring your officials and they're going to be second guessing themselves, and now they're going to be, you know, scared to make a decision. So you get an end of the game situation like I think the one you're referring to. Guy, you know, I think the player gets hit on the arm and we missed the foul. But as a referee, you just can't guess, and so sometimes you just miss it. It's hard to. It happens so fast, and nobody feels worse about it than the official.
Does the guess happen because of like you didn't see it, or did the guess happen because all right, I saw it, but I gotta just make a decision because I don't.
We deal a lot with open looks, open angles. So like refereeing is all angles. So like traditionally, what will happen is player go to the basket, right under the basket, feels he gets fouled. What he does is, or she does, is turn to the nearest referee and complain. Now, it's not always the nearest referee's call because that look may be closed. So, you know, if it happened on the backside and now it's
that makes sense.
All the official sees is your back, that means it's the trail official's call who has the open look. That trail official is probably 20 feet away, but it's actually their call. And so the discipline for the official closest to the play not to call that play is important, but we also need the trail official, if it is a foul, to come and call it. So there's a lot of that goes on when you're at the highest level of officiating.
For somebody like that throws elbows like Ty like all the time, right? Do you decide to like call it on him, or you? Because this guy was a elbow thrower.
Ty would give you a little shot.
This guy's spreading rumors. This guy's spreading bad rumors about me. Thank you for clearing that. I never threw elbow. I don't throw elbows. I may hook you, but I don't throw. It wasn't a hook. It wasn't a hook because he never called it. He never called it. He never called me for the spin hook.
Okay.
The spin
grab
hook.
your legs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hook. There's so much stuff that goes on, like the subtleties of the game, the nuances of the game that go on that floor. And it's the referee's jurisdiction to decide what's worth it, what rises to the level to call, or what's just a good pro move. All that stuff is where we make our money. It's decision making. Anyone could call a foul. A guy gets hit on the head, smacked on the arm. You know, anyone should be able to call that foul. It's being consistent through 48 minutes with what's being called so that you two know what to expect. That's important. So like, that's important to a player to understand, you know, what's being called and have it be consistent.
But that has a lot to do with film study as well, right? Preparation.
And years of experience.
And experience.
Film study,
right.
All that stuff. Understanding when you make a mistake and mess up and why you did that. Like, okay. Like all that stuff over years, you know.
So
did you ever see a dunk, right? You reffing a game, you saw a dunk and you just want to like in your head, you're just like, what the fuck did I just see?
Yeah.
Yo, in
you want to talk about that dunk?
I think LeBron put one on Damon Jones once. LeBron put one on Damon Jones. Might have been his
you was reffing that game?
Yeah.
Oh, you was reffing that game?
Yeah, it was years ago.
So when he threw the alley-oop and he came...
No, that one was on John Lucas. That one, I think that was on Lucas.
Now I know what you're talking about with Damon Jones.
One with Damon Jones was LeBron had the mask on that one.
Yeah.
He had the mask and just...
So
LeBron's athletic.
LeBron coming down, was it an alley-oop? Or?
No, coming on a fast break. Damon Jones just got in a tough... Just, you know, you get in a bad...
You trying to take a charge?
He was thinking about it, and then it was like, I couldn't get it, and then turned away, and then just... Yeah.
What you just said? You just said damn to yourself?
You say to yourself, dang, God.
Yo,
but you got to keep your, you know, like I had the game this year. Aaron Gordon had the putback dunk with 0.1 of a second left.
Yeah.
Clippers to win that game. Unbelievable. These guys will do things every night that's unbelievable. Man.
I mean, what are you just like?
Unbelievable.
One time I said damn. You know the one time I said damn? When I was watching Shawnelle play against Shaquille O'Neal, he banged that shit on Shawnelle. I never really told him that, but I was like, damn, that's my big brother.
I didn't get banged on straight up and down. All I know is I was guarding him at the top. He spent.
The big dude, man.
I think it was Horry. He threw the ball, and I'm looking. I'm like, hell! And before I could say no, Shaq was coming down.
Shaq, yeah.
All I know, you just put your head down.
And I put my head down.
And I put my head down and changed the channel.
Yeah.
I felt bad, but
it wasn't. It was like on me though. It wasn't like
the biggest human beings and the best personality, man. But he's a great ambassador.
People don't even understand.
Amazing ambassador of the game.
And he was
His
ferocious
physicalness.
too.
Oh,
at one point, he was tired. He was ferocious.
Because he would get fouled. He would get fouled a lot, and it wouldn't get called.
Big and mean.
So
what was
Oh,
the
you called him at the you caught him at the end of his career, right?
Yeah, caught him in L.A. and then Miami, but then he switched him in Boston, Cleveland.
What was that
I
about?
think there's a lot of misconceptions about officiating. So one of them would be the star treatment.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm glad you brought
look at
that up.
You look at some of the players like Shaquille O'Neal would get fouled much more than was called, because sometimes the bigger, stronger guys just finish at the rim, and maybe the contact slips off them, and it's the hand is quicker than the eye. You don't see it, and they just finish, and you go, okay, we must be okay. But Shaq used to. That's why he started just kind of like spreading out a little bit after he would spread out and hit people a little bit, but because he was getting fouled. So that's really a misconception. The other part of that is that they have the ball so much, 70% of the time, that they are going to get fouled more. And if you make a mistake, it's probably going to be on them. Because
I want to dispel that myth because about the vets, the superstars getting the calls, the younger players, the rookies. You don't call for them, I know, like, you don't go into the game. Well, you know what, this guy.
No.
Cooper Flag, I'm not calling the foul on it.
Yep.
I don't care what happens. So, just real quick, like, dispel that myth about.
I think for a player, coming in that rookie year, you're learning how you're in a whole new ball game now in the NBA, and you have to learn how to play. And you're going against guys who know exactly what they're doing out there. They know all the tricks of the trade. And I think it takes, every player is different, but I think sometimes rookies get caught. It's a chess game out there with positioning. A guy sees you leveraged and can attack your hip or shoulder and knows you're sliding over, you're dead. And I think the veteran players understand that. And so I think rookies sometimes have to go through that, and so it might feel like they're getting picked on. Also, when mistakes are made by officials, more times than not, the mistake is going to be made when the star player has the ball, because he's got the ball, like I said, 75% of the time. So yes, that's a mistake, and it was for Shaq or for Kobe or whatever, but they also have the ball all the time. So there's that.
That's a good explanation. That's a good way to bail yourself out of that question. I respect it, though. I mean, hey.
You think Zach Zarba's going to be like, I ain't going to call this foul, or I'm going to just call that foul? I doubt that.
Nah, he's like the face of the NBA referees, so he got to do the right. You're doing a hell of a job, man.
Thank you. There you go.
It's July. I do great in the offseason. I'm chilling.
So during your offseason, so your year, obviously your year ends in the last NBA finals game, right?
Sometimes not. It depends.
Oh, so
it's not guaranteed.
So during your offseason, it's a choice, or what? How does that work?
No, the playoffs playoff is all merit based, but we have 75 officials, 75 regular season officials. First round they cut that down to 36. So that gets slashed to 36. So you're looking for your name on that list. Then when that round is over, they cut down to 28. So they go 36 to 28.
Never knew this, huh?
Second round, you got 28 officials. Third round of conference finals, we now go down to 20, and then the finals is 12. And so you basically going until they say, yeah, we don't need you anymore.
Right. Right.
And so you're hoping to
you guys get bonuses for
you get
playoffs?
every round. Yep.
Because there's more eyes on you. It's like
every round. Not
you guys make some good money, huh?
You're all right. All right. I mean, we take a lot of heat. We got,
Right.
I'm gone.
I don't need an excuse why you make a lot of money.
I'm gone 25 nights. 25 nights.
What's up, balls? Harassers. Oh, we got to get paid for that.
Don't feel bad for I'm gone 25 nights out of the month, though. And so
it's tough.
Wow. You got a family, and that's a little different. That's hard.
That's tough.
Really hard on my wife.
It's a lot of family sometimes, though, like, depending on what city. Like,
the kids got school.
Kids got shit to do.
That's right.
And they got their stuff. So it's really harder on my wife. So she's the one, she's the single mom during the season. She's doing heavy lifting.
Right. Shout out to wife.
Yeah,
wifey.
Shout out to Chris.
And
Chris is amazing. Chris is amazing. She did a good job because she changed your life. She changed your life, man. Because
here's a public service.
Listen, Chris is very, very important in this story, right? Because
she's awesome.
I knew him before Chris, and I know him now, and I respect him now. I didn't respect him before Chris. So
Chris, don't be listening to all that, Chris.
Shout out to Chris. You know what I'm saying?
This guy's getting everybody in trouble.
That's dope. How long you been married for now?
12 years. Just
amazing.
12 years. Yep. 2 boys, and so. But then the off season is basically that. Like I'm pouring back into them because you get major guilt.
Yeah.
You know, you're gone all that time.
How long your off season?
So let's see. My last game was Game 6 of the finals. That was in Indy, and that was the 20th of June. And I'll go back. Training camp will be September 20th or something like that.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Better than a teacher.
For all the Knicks fans, Zach, how many Knicks playoffs games did you do this year?
A lot. I felt like I did a lot. I did.
Conference finals. Let's just go to.
One. The one. I did the one the one that they gave up. The game. But they came
Clean
back.
that up. He said gave up.
They came back. They were up.
Oh yeah.
Listen, be careful with these miserable Knicks.
They got it.
Miserable.
Took that dagger out. That's the Halliburton took that. Oh, that was the pop up shot.
Yeah, that was the pop up shot. I couldn't believe.
You did that game?
Yeah, I couldn't believe.
What was you saying when that ball was in the air, man?
I thought it was over. I thought the game was over because that. When do you see that happen? You don't see that happen.
Yeah.
That sent everybody to sleep. Sent me to sleep real pissed.
Best thing about that game, you got over it.
I did.
So let's get over it.
But also the NBA is like the Knicks did it to the Celtics. They did it to the Celtics, and nobody was expecting that, and then nobody was expecting Indy to do it, and Indy did it to That's how it goes.
It's gonna be exciting next season, though. I know that.
You think so?
I mean, we healthy. Knicks is healthy, so.
We speak for yourself. Speak for yourself,
Knicks fan.
buddy. This guy's a miserable Knicks fan. I gotta deal with him and root every day with this Knicks.
Mike, who else? Knicks fans.
Mike too. Oh yeah, Mike Parker.
There you go.
The Garden is I love working in that.
I'm a Knicks fan. I just don't
guys
even
Talk about that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's gotta be
Garden,
special. That's gotta be special.
different.
walking in there and it's
Fans are
wrong.
amazing. It's
Right.
different. It's different.
You remember your first game there?
Yes.
Did you cry?
actually?
Hold on. Did you ever cry? Did you ever cry about these experiences?
No.
Like you don't get that emotion.
No.
You're macho.
No, nah.
I was feeling kind of sensitive when I came to Nigga, the Madison Square Garden.
Like yeah.
I was feeling kind of like, I can't believe it.
Nah, I smoked weed right.
Even though we
before my
played there.
first Garden games. I had to get right.
Yo, who was this coach? Who was that? The first coach?
Mahoney.
Oh,
Brian
man.
Mahoney.
Sorry, coach.
Coach let me live, baby. I was ready to play.
Oh,
The most
God.
important part is being ready to play.
Yeah.
But I had to calm my nerves. I had the whole 94th and Clarkson in the garden. Smelling like weed.
Oh my God, man. I mean,
You know my friends.
Yeah,
you know
I do.
my community.
Yeah, I do.
Zach from around the way, baby. Zach know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I think my opinion, that helped you in dealing with these high level situations.
players and coaches.
Right. Play different, attitudes and people yelling and whatever. You're like, come
The
on.
hoops basketball culture is basketball culture. I think you have to understand the culture, be from it somewhat, understand it, and you'll be better off from it. Now, everyone's from different places, so you don't always, but I think that is a huge help. Huge help.
Oh man, but Zach, man, it was an absolute pleasure. Definitely an honor, man. Just knowing you,
I appreciate
just seeing your career. It's been amazing to watch. I'm looking forward to watching you more.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you came to do the show with us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about this guy right here.
No, I gotta be honest. I gotta watch more basketball games without Zach,
Right.
because I literally watch games because Zach. I'm like your overseer for NBA referees, because I watch your games like
And my supervisor.
son, you're doing a bad job. I didn't like how you sprinting down the court. Like I've been watching. He's doing a great job.
I love it. When I get the text from him, I love it, man. I love it because we got history, man. I mean, history.
That's a fact. We got real good history.
I'm glad you did this timepiece.
Nah,
with us.
appreciate it. We
It's been
appreciate
a
it, man.
storm, everybody.
It's been great.
Peace and shout out to Nas, John, Sweetchick, Javon,
Mike Parker.
Patch.
I
My
see
man
you,
Mike
Mike
Parker in the
Parker.
house. My knowledge boy Nasir in the house.
Sophia.
Peace to everybody. Sophia, our PA. Peace to everybody. Thanks for watching The Storm. Check us out on all platforms. We out. The great Zach Zarba, everybody. Big Zach. The great Zach Zarba.